Welcome to CoinBook. My name is Calvin Waite, and I'm a professional crypto trader. I really like getting feedback from you guys about the market, what you're trading, successes, failures. So I'm going to go ahead and start giving out a t-shirt every week now. What I'll do is I'll look at all comments from Thursday to Thursday, and then Friday select a random winner. So obviously Bitcoin is in the green zone still. It stays in the green zone until we drop below the 50-week moving average. There are a couple of things. So it looks like my intuition about this particular drop a few days ago was correct, that this is definitely not starting in on our correction that we're still needing, but it is creating a consolidation. So look at this, the past couple of days we're just zigzagging in here, creating a consolidation. The tighter these get, the more ready for a breakout we'll be, but it looks like we'll probably be a couple days. The fact that we're getting the top of our candle so high, like we're way up in here, crossing above the past couple of days, shows that we have we've got a little less resistance on top and growing support underneath. So this should be pretty interesting. Very interesting that we kind of bounced off this line and that we're consolidating above our channel. The other thing I wanted to point out is look how high our 200-week moving average is. Our 200-week moving average is above 10,500. This is new, brand new today. So back when we were looking at weekly charts and we were looking at this line here at 10,500, that we had created this really nice line and we had sort of found support off of it. Having a daily 200-week moving or 200-day moving average rising above this line is so bullish. It essentially puts this line in as our absolute floor. But yeah, like I say, I think we'll correct to 12,300 or so if we don't touch 20,000 first. If we hit 20,000 first, then going back to the weekly, we will likely find support off of our 14,000 level, somewhere in here. So anyway, Bitcoin's looking pretty strong. Everything's looking good. So this is the total altcoin market cap in Bitcoin. So it looks like today we are right around 10 million. So you can see that we've obviously come down a lot, and now we're starting to see these really long bars. So there's more of a struggle happening, and we're starting to get into a consolidation. Whether this becomes a change in trend, we still have yet to see. If you look at Bitcoin dominance, we have definitely come up pretty hard, and we've started to flatten out a little bit right here. So this kind of sideways movement is an obvious change in intensity of the change. So this is kind of interesting. One thing that's happening today that's a little bit unusual is that there's this thing called others dominance, and this is micro cap market cap. So this is everything besides your top 20 crypto, and it has dropped off pretty decent. But in the last 4 days, we've started to see a little bit of a climb, and today we're up a little bit. So you can actually look at some of these micro caps, and they're up. There's a handful that are up 5, 10, and 15%. So something interesting to look for in the really small altcoins. It takes a pretty hardy person to be able to trade altcoins, and looks like this guy might have some potential as an altcoin trader. Looks like he may have what it takes. Just wanted to give you guys a quick reminder to go ahead and follow me on Twitter because uh, sometimes at the end of day when it's 12 hours between or 24 hours between a video or something, there are developments that happen, and I do like to tweet out every now and again significant events that are happening. So this last, this was a couple of days ago. Right at the end of day, we finally exited the red zone on DECRED, and the entrance would have been close of day, so it would have been around 104,000 Satoshi, something like that. And if you look today, we're trading at 109, almost 110,000. So when we exit the red zone, it's usually a pretty decent place to enter a trade. And this is the entire history of DECRED right now. And if you can see, there have only been 2 opportunities in the history of DECRED where we've had a red zone exit and we finally got up to a green zone. The green zone is where the money is made. So just to kind of give you a little bit of just kind of what the possibility was, the entrance at the end of this red zone at 71,000 exited right here at 943,000. This would have been a 9x trade. And then entering here, about 493,000 Satoshi, it resolved at 1.2 million Satoshi. So that's at least a double. But since then, we've had a sell-off, and it has been pretty rough. 600,000 for about 500,000. We had this was essentially the same opportunity. We would never rebuy again at the same level. And then here's an entrance at 200,000. This entrance was near 200,000, so you probably would not rebuy here. This one's questionable. It's pretty close. So potentially we could have had a couple of trades in here. But the funny thing is that all you need to do is get a triple or something like that, and all of a sudden all of those trades are resolved and you're back into the profit again. So this is why we make consistent trades. We invest less than 1% of our portfolio in things like this, and we wait for that green zone. So this is a great entrance. Right now, exiting this red zone, it's looking really good. So if you think about it, the odds of this being the bottom is not as great as the odds of this being the bottom. This is not as great as the odds of this being the bottom. And it continues until you find the greatest opportunity. And the cool thing is that since I haven't done a lot of videos, prior to this year, most of you would probably not be entering any of these trades, and this would be your trade. So this would be spectacular. The chance of this being our bottom is way better than any other. If I go to the weekly chart, you can kind of see where we stand. We're kind of floating out here. This bottom here has no real precedent. And the very ultra bottom that we've ever seen was about 50,000 Satoshis. So right in here, it's kind of interesting. Over the long term, we've had this kind of lower line here. Let me finish this. So this has been our channel for 2 years. We finally popped out of it, and I kind of had some hopes that maybe we would start to enter a consolidation phase, but we slipped right back into it for a little while. This most recent move has popped us back up out of it, and I feel like this might be the one that sticks. You can't be in a descending channel forever, because at a certain point there's just a leveling off that has to happen. So does this trade pay off immediately? So if we go back today, these still take time, but usually the entrance is pretty awesome at the end of a red zone. If we go back to the this original red zone and look at this a little bit further, you can see that these things don't happen overnight. You would enter here. This particular experience would have taken us 113 days to close our trade. So it still will require patience, but it was interesting when I tweeted that out. I was kind of surprised by the community that's still very interested in DCRED. And so when you have a community and you have a coin that's lasted a good long time and it's been through the war a little bit, when you start seeing technicals improve, you can get a lot of traction on these. So I am definitely investing in DCRED, and we'll be watching this. The entrance isn't quite here yet, though. I mean, if you catch this the second it pops up above out of this red zone, you would enter immediately. My strategy is that I really like to watch for that next downturn and try to ensure that that bottom is higher than the prior bottom. And once I'm comfortable that that bottom has been established, that's when I enter. So I still think I haven't entered yet, but I will be. So this is definitely a trade that's on the table.
Okay, it is time to separate the CoinBook trolls from the CoinBook fans. So these are the magnificent t-shirts that we are giving away every Friday. These are individually packaged with love from your best friends, China. There's also this incredible option designed by yours truly, and we'll be giving away probably one or two of these every Friday to just a random comment on any of the videos over the past week. But, and I don't blame you, if you absolutely cannot live without one of these shirts, I am willing to part with them for $15 worth of your favorite crypto. Just reach out to me on social media and we'll get you guys hooked up.